An ex-con and his teenage brother flee cross-country to escape a gang of vengeful thugs in the movie Kin. Oh, and there's also a little bit of sci-fi thrown in. Is it any good? Let's go. Miles Truitt plays the teenage boy who finds some high-tech stuff while searching through some abandoned buildings scavenging for copper to raise money. His older brother is released from prison around the same time and upon arriving home invites trouble into their lives, which then forces them to flee cross-country. Jack Reynor plays the older brother, and he may look familiar to some from his roles in Free Fire and Sing Street. The rest of the cast is completed by Dennis Quaid playing the father, James Franco playing the thug, and Zoe Kravitz playing a stripper that they meet along their way. At its core, Kin is a family drama that focuses on relationships between brothers and how they care for each other. Now, this is very layered in that aspect, but to say more or to explain more would spoil things. The acting is decent. And what I liked best, though, is the relationship between the brothers, because you just get to watch it develop, and as they portray these two characters, it seemed fairly convincing. All of the other characters, though, they're just kind of there. Like, you could have replaced them with anybody, and I wouldn't really mind. It's not to say that they were bad, it was just they were written just kind of like blah, and so they're really replaceable by any actor in there because nobody did such a good job as to be some spectacular standout. The story asks us to ignore the questions that we have about the high-tech stuff that was found until the very end of the film. And I guess what we're supposed to do is just be wowed by the special effects until we get an answer. And for a little bit, I actually was. Kin is written and directed by Jonathan and Josh Baker, and they are brothers, and they bring some of that dynamic into the film and into the relationship between the two brothers who are our protagonists. Now, Kin isn't a bad film. I really enjoyed the relationship between the brothers, but overall, it just didn't blow my skirt up. The special effects were okay. Some of it was pretty cool. Some of it we've seen before, so nothing totally, absolutely new or unique, but some of it was just neat in the way that it interacted, in the way that the tech moved, or that how it reacted to the person using it. I see the potential that Kin has. I wish it just would have lived up to it so much more. It had so much more that it could do, and I just felt that it fell short of that. There's no sex or nudity. There is a decent amount of violence and profanity. Kin is good for a rental or even waiting for Netflix. I'm just not sure it's worth the full price of admission at the theater. I give Kin 3 out of 5 couches. So tell me, what is your favorite or the best under-the-radar sci-fi film that you've ever watched? For me, I think it's Safety Not Guaranteed. I love it, and it caught me off guard with some of the sci-fi that actually happens in it, even though most of the movie is not about that at all. Let me know what you think and what your pick would be. I'd love to know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.